hope you all are doing well today. So kidney filtration. This is the most fascinating topic for me when I started my detox journey. I have done so much research and practice within my own life on how to get filtration and what are the best ways to get filtration. I have done so many things, my friends. But I want to share with you the things that have helped me get good kidney filtration. But first of all, I want to explain to you why it's so important for our kidneys to be filtering. It's really important because this is the way we eliminate toxins and the trash from the lymphatic system. I'm not talking about the food waste through the bowels. That's another way, but that's mostly, your food waste. But when your body absorbs nutrients, it gets dumped into the nutrients go into the blood, and then the blood goes through the body and feeds all your cells, and then your cells eliminate waste, the trash and toxins, and then it gets dumped into this great lymphatic system. And then the way the lymphatic system eliminates toxins is through the skin and the kidneys. So it's really important for us to be eliminating through the kidneys, and also sweating. Sweating is just very important too when you're trying to eliminate so much acids and trash within the body. And when this lymphatic system gets backed up, it can become stagnant. And when it becomes stagnant and there's no flow, there's no movement, we can get swollen lymph nodes, and this lymph fluid can get hard, and that's what I'm dealing with the lymph nodes in my neck. They've gotten hard. This takes years of buildup of stagnation within the lymph system, and that's when we get in trouble. So I want to read really quick a comment that one of my subscribers left for me, and it says, I have a condition where I get swollen lymph nodes and vessels due to too many pharmaceuticals throughout my life that has caused my lymphatic system to go stagnant with no kidney filtration. I am having the hardest time getting my kidneys to filter, and that is everything to me right now because it is the only way I can get the slightest relief of this 24/7 pain that I am in. And do you see what I'm saying though? When your kidneys are filtering, these are acids that are coming out of the body. Some of these acids have been in our body for years. And I could definitely relate to that because of my back pain. Those are just acids. Any kind of pain within the body is these acids that chew. They're corrosive within the body. And when the kidneys start opening up and these acids start coming out of the body through the skin, also through sweating, you will start getting relief. And it does take time to get these acids out, but you will get your remedy, just like I said in my last video. You will get it. Like I said, detoxing the body, it takes time. But if you, if you give the body the right tools and don't overload the body with too much, like I've said in other videos, because this is a really important conversation we're going to have here, because when we are detoxing the body, I have found fruit to be my main food source is through fruit and green juices. These are alkaline, astringent, and just very hydrating to the body. But the kidneys are it's just, you don't ever want to overload with too much, because it seems, in my experience, I wasn't getting very good filtration if I was eating too much watermelon, or if I was just eating fruit all day and not giving my body a break from just food, period. So the best ways for me that I got good filtration was when I would have a smoothie in the morning, and then I would go at least 4 to 5 hours with nothing, no food, no water, nothing. And I was busy doing something. Either I was out shopping, I was out socializing with friends, or I was working. Now, my husband and I flip houses, and so I'm pretty much the painter. When we need to paint a house, I am there for 3 days. And I mean, I knock it out. My husband and I, we paint a whole house in 3 days, and it's about, the average house is about, I don't know, 2,000 square foot. But when I would paint for 5 hours with no breaks, nothing, and then I would go to the bathroom, I would see a lot of really good filtration. And now when we're thinking of filtration, and I want to show you a couple pictures of my own, you want to see sediment in your urine. You don't want to see the clear urine, and you want to see cloudiness. Don't focus so much on the color of it. You want to see if it's really cloudy and you let that urine sit, all those acids and waste will go to the bottom of the mason jar. That's what I use, as little mason jars, and you'll see the waste. You'll see the acids on the bottom of that jar. And what's really interesting too is because I always have like one jar that I leave in my bathroom because I check my kidneys all the time. And so I have one jar and I label it to make sure we don't use it for anything else. But I leave it in my bathroom. And if you continue using the same jar, you will see the acids that will build up in the jar itself. And so I mean, these are acids, these are corrosive things. So I really do suggest you check your kidneys and check them for like 3 days. Just constantly just check them, because I could tell you too that I don't have constant kidney filtration. Like I said, if I eat a lot of watermelon, it's pretty clear, but it's when I'm taking breaks. And that's why I think a lot of people are getting good kidney filtration when they're doing these dry fasts. They're doing 24-hour dry fasts. I know a lot of them do that once a week. They do a 24-hour dry fast, and I was doing that for a while. And yeah, I was getting some really good filtration, but I was also getting really good filtration when it was last year. Because I'm constantly changing my diet and trying new things. I was eating once a day, and I was eating at 4 o'clock. My window was from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I had a 2-hour window of eating. And so I was pretty much dry fasting until 4 o'clock every day. And my daughter and I, we were going down to the beach a lot, and I would get the best filtration every time we'd go down to the beach. There was something to do with the water, and just the energy there is so powerful. I'm telling you, it was crazy. And what I was doing is, so we would go down to the beach at 4 o'clock. I would cut up some cantaloupe and I'd bring it there with me, and I would sit there and eat it on the beach at 4 o'clock. And right after I'd eat it, about 15 minutes, I would have to go urinate. And my goodness, my urine, I mean, I had the best filtration. I did that for like, I was doing that maybe for, 2 weeks at least. And I got a lot out doing it that way. But the key thing too is she's not getting filtration. So you just have to give it time and go on a raw food diet and hit your fruits and your berries. Now, you might be in one of those cases where you're really acidic, your body is, and fruit can be really astringent and powerful. And sometimes we need to start out with the greens. They're just not so strong on the body. And so I would highly recommend you doing that. I have a recipe for my Super Green Hero green juice, and I'll leave the link down below. But if you can't afford the herbs from Dr. Morse, because they can get really expensive, I would hit a green juice every day and get those dandelions in there. And also parsley is really great for the kidneys. Get those green drinks in there. Get your herbs in that way. That will really help support the kidneys. And like I said, don't overload the kidneys. This is what's helped for me anyways. But yeah, it is really interesting that there were some things that I would do that I would get kidney filtration. And sometimes I would, when I would have a cheat, I would have really good kidney filtration. So, you know, no matter what we eat, we should have kidney filtration. But to heal the kidneys, we really need to get more into detoxification, getting to these higher levels, not clean eating, you know, more fasting and fruit fasting and 100% raw, just until you at least get those kidneys up and running. These things do take time, and so just know that when you're on this journey, but never ever give up. For me, there is no other option. What other option is there? Pharmaceuticals? Chemo? Radiation? That is not an option for me. I will not put those things in my body. So this is the only option I have, is through detoxification and healing my body and getting to this level. And like I said, it just takes a little bit of discipline, or a lot of discipline, I should say, and you will get your remedy. Another really quick thing I want to share with you is, it's just really fascinating too, is, you know, we have two kidneys, right? We have the kidney that filters the right side of our body, and then our left kidney filters the left side of our body. It is so interesting. You can kind of tell which kidney is filtering and which one is not. For me, it was the right side of my body. This side of my body is the weaker side. I know my kidneys, or my kidney was not filtering well on this side. This is where all my problems are. This is where my skin cancer was. This is where all my swollen lymph nodes are. This is where all my skin tags were. The moles on my arm, the mole on my head that is no longer there was on this side. Everything, this is my weaker side of my body. And if you, I mean, do you notice that on yourself? Do you have a better side, you know, that is like a stronger side? Well, this is obviously my stronger side, is this side of my body. And so, get out of the mind and get out of a stressful situations. And I think that's another reason why I think going to the beach really helps too, because you're not stressing out the adrenals, which the adrenals and the kidneys work together. And so I have very weak adrenals, and I was a very nervous little girl, and even in my 20s I was just such a stress case, literally. And so that really helps, is when you know, you're supporting the endocrine glands also. Remember, our body works as a whole. It works all together, all of our organs. And so we have to remember that too when we are trying to heal those kidneys. And another thing I want to mention too, and this is for one of my other subscribers, this is for So Dark. So if you could be a dear and just leave a comment of what helped you get your kidney filtration, because this guy, he walks the talk. He has done a lot of things just as I have, and to get good kidney filtration. He loves his dandelion. He's done some dandelion fast that is insane. Yeah, so, you know, when I talk to him, and we're kind of on the same page on the kidney thing, and but we're all different, and some things could work, you know, for him that didn't work for me, or vice versa. So, you know, that's why I like, you know, when we all can come together on my channel and we can all just communicate, because, you know, we're all there for each other. We're all here for each other. And that's what makes this channel so wonderful. And I just feel so blessed to have all of you here and just sharing each other's testimonies and helping each other out. It's just wonderful, and it just warms my heart. But anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end there, and oh gosh, I hope this is helpful. And like I said, just keep it simple, do some fasting, don't overload on the kidneys, raw food, and take it day by day. Too much is not good, And so just remember that. Okay, so I love you all. God bless, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.